crime that might be experienced at schools? Thanks.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Calvin Lula, again from SAPC News. 3 questions. The process was opened on the 10th of July up until the 29th. Don't you think that you need that more time than that? Because there were complaints that the time that you are giving the parents is too short. It's almost 2 months. Maybe don't you think if you would have opened maybe in May or June so that you can be able to accommodate everyone? My second question is that I could hear that you are saying you'll be cutting ribbons, opening schools and classrooms. Are you also adding teachers to that? And also, the department is pulling security officials in high-risk schools. Why are you doing that? How are you managing that? If something happens to those high-risk schools, how are you going to approach that? Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much. Let's start with Visible, then we'll come to the MEC.
Thank you. So to the first question, when a school has verified, I just want to make sure that I've got it clear. The school has verified the documents and then all of a sudden the documents are disapproved. Is that what the question was? Okay. So what happens is once a school has verified the documents, there's no way that the documents can be disapproved later. The verification process means when the schools verify the documents, they check to see whether the documents meet the criteria. And then it's in order for us to establish whether that proof of address is within the school feeder zone, within 30 kilometers of the school, or beyond 30 kilometers of the school. And that is then the status that will be allocated to that document. And if the document was not valid, it cannot be approved as such. Thank you. Second. Okay, then the second question. Oh, sorry. Sorry, MEC. The second question was regarding when will the placement period commence. The placement period will commence on the 16th of October 2025. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, okay. Parents, no need to stress. I know it can be a bit worrisome. Your child will be placed. Just comply. Complete the application. That's all that we want. Leave the rest to us. Leave the stress to us. Don't stress. I can guarantee you for a fact your child will have a school. And in most cases, in fact, the system placement rate, success rate is 98%. 98%. So literally, we on the first shot, 98% placement. So why we say 98? The 2% is the number of appeals that we get compared to the number of applications. So when we do that, we find that we've always get it right on 98% of the time. So it's a high ratio. It's high this number to guarantee parents. So complete the application, leave the stress to us. We will make sure that your child gets a school and a school of choice. Okay, I think you've answered this other one. Every January, we do get an influx of learners. This year, I think on the first day, we were about 25,000, but that's for all grades. They just arrived. I didn't know they were coming. I wake up in the morning, I'm told there are 25,000 kids at your doorstep that want schools. That's what we experience every year. This year, we had a system increase of around 130,000. That's the number of kids and this is across all grades. I'm not saying grade 1 and 8, it's across all the grades. So there's a huge number of kids that come into our province. If you look at the numbers that I was reading, you would see that for grade 1, it's less than grade 8. and it's what I was saying to one of the interviews, that even research, Statistician General tells us that parents bring their kids after primary school into Gauteng. So you could see that already the number between primary grade 1 and 8 are not correlating. This one is higher. So meaning parents are bringing their kids into the province, literally, because of we are victims of our own success. I mean, it means they are doing something right. Because if we're not doing something right, they will not bring their kids into the province. We're not saying we don't have challenges. We do have challenges. We do have challenges, but the intervention that we've put in place has really made us quite attractive to parents. Hence, they want to bring their kids into the province. So the influx is always there. Hence we plan. But sometimes we can plan too much and then get less, which is fine. But we do anticipate, because we've seen patterns of number of learners. So we know that at the beginning of January, beginning of the academic year, we will get an influx of learners. We know that for a fact. And parents who say they've chosen school and have applied, we always tell them that the system tells us if we've applied. Some say we've applied, but it's an incomplete application. They've done step 1 to 4. They've not submitted their documents. So it's quite important for a parent to go to the system every day and check if the schools that they've chosen, they've submitted the application and they're not getting any response. Go to the school. Go and inquire. Call the hotline. Utilize the medias that the interactive communication that we've put in place to inquire, why is my application not verified? Because I've submitted this. What's wrong? What's the delay? So parents must be active. They have to be active. And I agree, to a large extent, sometimes parents I will not say dump their kids, but of late they expect us to be everything to their children, outsourcing parenthood, as we've said. And they need to play their part. It's not our responsibility to teach your child discipline. It's not our job. Ours is to ensure that we teach him or her. We play a very active role in building their interpersonal skills. We play a very important role in ensuring that we give them the necessary literacy competency. But in terms of values, principles, all those are the responsibility of the parent and the home, not us. So what do we do? Find if a child does wrong, as I've said earlier. I mean, some of the appeals that I get, I can't say, if I can say some of them, you'll be shocked that actually a parent, I had one parent who came to my office who said, we expelled the child because the child was caught literally selling substances at school, caught. And the parent came to my office and said, no, my child didn't do this. And I asked a simple question. So you're saying the school has a problem with your child? Why your child? So everybody's wrong. Because the child said, I didn't do it. So that's what I get all the time. Parents also being in denial, that their bundle of joy, that 4-year-old that was running to your arms for everything, is a 15-year-old, 16-year-old who's a menace now. They don't believe it, that it's actually that this is mine. So you have to be strong. So we play our part. We have to deal with gangsterism. We take them to prison tours with our MOU with correctional services. We have advocacy where we bring former prisoners to school to go and motivate them. We have a lot of advocacy program, anti-bullying. We do all of that. But the parent must also support us in that particular process. Yes, we've pulled out securities at schools. It's because it's a budgetary issue. We could not, because initially the plan was they're there temporary, they're not there permanently. And they did play a very good role. They did stabilize some of our schools. I mean, there were schools that were difficult in some areas, very difficult. And we placed them there, they stabilized the school. I mean, learners were giving feedback that for the first time I'm in school, I feel safe. Even the results started to improve in the school. The school culture began to change because children started doing more sports, teachers started feeling safer. Yes, it's been quite successful. So the budgetary matter is what made us to actually move them out. As soon as we find money, we'll then consider deploying them again. But they were not there permanently. That's the important part. They were there to assist to stabilize a number of schools. So what is left now is patrollers, is the wardens, SAPS, that we work with closely. And every school has got about 5 patrollers. So to work there in the school. That's why we had to pull them out. I agree with you around opening earlier. It's something that we considered, but we had to do to ensure that we upgrade the system, fix other things. That's why we opened at this point. But next year we should open much earlier, so that we can allow parents more time. But a month is more than enough, really. I mean, everybody, our advocacy is there. We've communicated. We're here. We've gone on social media, on newspapers, on murals, on billboards. I mean, I'm sure you're even tired of seeing my face everywhere, but we really communicate on radio, on all languages. We really push the message. It's there. Schools, they do give to parents. Primary school give to parents who are children going to grade 8. ECD centers, all our ECDs, in Gauteng, they've been given this information to give to parents to go and apply. So we've really communicated. So for parents to say they don't have, it means you don't want to hear it. Gangsterism, I think I should have covered it. Yes, gangsterism it's not in all schools, but there are schools that have experienced it. I was watching one show last night on ENCA in certain communities, and it's not necessarily that the school is the problem. It's the community that is the problem. It's not the school. It's just the school finds itself in that difficult community, and these people who poach kids into the school and then utilize the school as a turf war. So there are those schools, but they're not many. They're not more than 10 in the province.
Okay, thanks very much, MEC. I've checked online. I don't have anything. And I think here, I don't see any hands. I think we are fine. Thanks very much for coming. And those online, thanks very much for your support there. And please, the 29th of August, the system shut down. So let's not miss that date. Thank you very much.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Honorable members, good morning. I think it's 11 o'clock now.